Hi everyone, it's Gina from Gina K Designs and welcome back to another 5-minute cards video. Today I'm going to show you how to create a little bit of movement using the new Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil along with the Vintage Summer Kit. To begin, I am going to stamp a greeting from the Ocean Silhouette stamp set. I happen to have the greeting already in position on my cardstock, so I decided to stamp it first. So I've stamped this on a piece of cardstock that measures 3 3/4 of an inch by 5 inches, and this way I can trim it down a little bit. Now I'm going to use some Masking Magic strips, and these are the 1/2 inch Masking Magic strips. I'm going to cover the greeting and go right to the edge on one side, and once I get that tacked down, I'm going to flip my cardstock around and do it on the other side as well. Next, I want to create a horizon. So I'm going to use that same 1/2 inch Masking Magic, and I'm going to create a horizon in the middle of the card. Now you can move this up or down depending on what kinds of images you're going to stamp, but I think this is the perfect spot for this image. Now I'm going to place some Post-it notes over where I want my ocean to go, because I don't want any of my sky inking to get into that spot. Now I'm going to start with the sky, so this is the Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil, and I'm going to use some blue denim ink. Now, whatever's left on my brush from the last time I used this ink, that's what I'm going to use. But if you're going to ink up your brush, maybe scribble a little bit off on a paper towel before you start. Because what I'm trying to do here is just create outlines of clouds. I don't want too much blue, but I want that line where the clouds are to be sharp. And as you can see, I'm not flipping this stencil, although you can to create even more cloud patterns. I'm just moving it side to side to make sure that it's not exactly the same each time I use it. And I'm just turning it a little bit and stenciling right along the line. Most of the ink is actually going on the stencil itself, and I'm just letting the bristles kind of flutter over the edge to add a little bit of ink right along the edge. I don't want to ink up the entire white area. So I'm just choosing little spots to ink. And then once I have it exactly the way I want it, what I want to do is go back over the top edge and the bottom edge and add a little bit more blue denim to really make the line on the top and the bottom sharp. Now once that's done, I'm going to be able to peel away the Post-it notes and peel away the Masking Magic. But before I do that, I've decided I wanted to add a little bit of color. So I'm starting with some yellow, and I'm just lightly dusting the yellow over the clouds. Then I'm going in with a little sweet mango. That first color was Wild Dandelion. Then I'm going with some Passionate Pink, and then a tiny bit of Wild Lilac, and then back again over the top with blue denim. Now this creates a more colorful sky, but the clouds themselves are still outlined in that blue denim ink. Now let's peel and reveal and see that beautiful sky that's ready to get the ocean below. Okay, so now I'm going to use that same Masking Magic strip, and I'm going to put it right on the line where the clouds end. And once I have that in place and I tack it down, I'm going to begin using some blue denim ink. I'm just going to pounce a little ink on there and then just dust it off a little bit on a paper towel. And then I'm going to blend from the top of my ocean down. I want my darkest color to be at the horizon because that's where the water would be deeper, and deeper water would be darker water. And then I'm going to finish up by adding a little bit of Turquoise Sea down near the bottom. So once I have that Turquoise Sea kind of patted off a little bit, I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to go back in again with the blue denim just to kind of blend the two colors together right in the middle, kind of removing that line of demarcation. So just whatever's left on the brush, I'm just coming in and blending into that Turquoise Sea. Now I'm going to ink up the brush again with a little bit of blue denim, and here's where I'm going to add movement to the water. I'm going to use the other side of the Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil, and I'm going to, again, blending mostly on the stencil and letting the bristles just trickle over the edge. I'm dusting that color on to create lines of movement. And that makes the water still look peaceful, but it's wavy. It's just floating back and forth. And you can see I'm turning that stencil as I go to create those crisscrossed waves. And then when I'm done, I'm going to go back over the edge and make that line a little bit more crisp with some blue denim. Now, once I have all of that done, I can peel off all of the Post-it notes, all of the masking magic, and you can see I've got that nice crisp horizon between the sky and the water. And then I have some blank areas at the top and at the bottom where my greeting is already stamped. Now I'm going to place this large ocean silhouette image from the Ocean Silhouette stamp set right along the edge, right along the bottom edge, and I'm going to ink it up with some black Onyx dye ink. Then I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to do it twice to get the ink nice and dark and solid. So you can see how different this whole thing looks the minute you get that image on there. All of a sudden, it looks so realistic, and that water having that movement in there is just perfect. And that colorful sky, I just love the way this looks. It feels like I'm looking at a postcard from the Caribbean or from Florida. Just a beautiful, beautiful scene. And then after I was done that, then here's what I did. I stamped a sailboat and then a couple of little birds in the sky just to finish off the scene. Now here I'm trimming 1/8 of an inch all the way around to get this cardstock down to 3.5 by 4 3/4 of an inch. And then I mounted it onto a black panel and onto a lemon drop card base. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's 5-minute cards video, and I hope you'll give this technique a try. Stay tuned to my channel for more 5-minute card videos and more Stampin' Chat videos too. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again real soon.